The Jasper Police Department has hired a new officer. More on that. Plus, Carrie Schneider returns with our friends at the Du Bois County Humane Society, and Jessica Lindauer discusses the Heartland Historic Baseball Trail tonight on Inform. All of that and much more is up next here on the 18 WJTS News. Hello, I'm Bradford Raths. The Jasper Police Department is now back at full force. This morning, the Jasper Board of Public Works and Safety approved making a conditional offer of employment to Martin Loya Jr. The appointment of Loya Jr. brings the department back to a full complement of 21 officers. The 31-year-old Jasper native is a 2001 graduate of Jasper High School. He earned a bachelor's degree in business administration and an associate's degree in insurance risks at Indiana State University. Loya is currently a reserve officer for both the Washington and Petersburg police departments. Loya will be on probationary status with the department for 2 years once he is officially appointed. Jasper Police Chief Mike Bennett is pleased to have the department at full throttle, at least for now.
We do. It's been a while. As you know, we just recently got 4 new officers on the street, so now we've got another retirement, and now we're picking up that last officer to replace him, and that'll bring us up to 21 officers. So yes, it's nice to finally get up to full staff. Although we certainly would like to have more, and we're going to be requesting this summer at the budget hearing for a additional officer to act as also a part-time school resource officer. So that's something that may be coming down the pike also.
Loya replaces longtime officer Doug Tarvin, who recently retired after 31 years of service with the Jasper Police Department, including nearly 5.5 years as police chief. Loya's hiring is effective on June 3rd. No injuries were reported in an overnight house fire in northern Spencer County. Firefighters with the Carter Township Volunteer Fire Department were called to a residence along South Walnut Street in Dale just before 11:20 last night. Carter Township Fire Chief Dan Renke says the fire was under control by the time fire crews got to the scene. Renke says the fire was caused by an electrical issue in the attic of the home. Damage was estimated at $5,000, and as mentioned, nobody was injured and everyone got out safely. The Carter Township Department responded with 2 trucks and 10 men. They were on scene for about 40 minutes last night. Firefighters were assisted by Spencer County EMS and a crew from Vectren Energy. In other headlines, a witness's testimony led to the arrest of an Evansville man after he crashed his vehicle in western Du Bois County Sunday evening while driving under the influence. Just before 7:15 on Sunday, the unnamed witness told Du Bois County Sheriff's deputies that 29-year-old Charles Roberts II drove his truck off of the north side of Old Petersburg Road, roughly half a mile north of State Road 56. As it went off of the highway, the truck went into a ditch, hit a culvert, and wound up stopping on its roof. The truck also took out a utility pole belonging to Frontier Communications, and an ATV in the back of the truck was thrown out. Deputies say the witness helped Roberts out of his truck because he was not able to get out on his own. Deputies say further investigation found that Roberts was intoxicated, his BAC registered at 0.10%. Additionally, deputies say Roberts was classified as a habitual traffic violator. Roberts was lodged in the Du Bois County Security Center. He faces a misdemeanor for drunk driving, along with a Class D felony for driving while classified as a habitual traffic offender. Roberts was not injured in the crash, though his truck was a total loss. A wrecker from Ubelor & Sons also assisted. Renovation efforts will soon be getting underway at Heritage Hills High School. At its most recent meeting on Saturday, the North Spencer School Board approved more than $450,000 in planned renovations and improvements at the high school. The improvements are being made with the idea of saving money on utility bills and building maintenance going forward. Funding will be drawn from the corporation's Capital Projects Fund. That fund was budgeted at nearly $2.5 million at the beginning of the current fiscal year. Now, the key element of the renovation work centers around water lines that feed into the high school building. Officials say those water lines are 40 years old and are currently in bad condition. Work on the water lines will be contracted to Evansville-based firm Pyronan Construction. The cost is expected to be nearly $229,000. Other projects to be done will include 4 new heating and ventilation units at the Career and Technical Building behind the high school and replacing 17 light poles with LED fixtures. North Spencer School Corporation Superintendent Dan Sherry says getting the opportunity to renovate the buildings is a big deal.
We're excited about some of the new things that are happening here. You know, we've tightened our belts up for a good long time, almost a decade, and it's probably time to put some of this funding and effort and attention back into our facilities to make sure that it's something our community can take a lot of pride in.
As for energy-saving efforts, Sherry says these projects would be an extension of ongoing efforts by everyone across the corporation to conserve energy.
We're very pleased with the attention that our maintenance and custodial people are paying to the energy conservation, as well as our staff and students, and we are seeing some recovery of funding, so that's another positive.
On a final note, the corporation will likely use $50,000 in matching grant funds towards the installation of keypads at buildings in the district that don't already have them. The matching grant funds are provided by the Indiana Department of Homeland Security. The Memorial Day weekend saw many ceremonies being held across Du Bois County to honor those who have made the ultimate sacrifice. Back on Saturday morning, the Du Bois County Veterans Council held its yearly ceremony on the west side of the courthouse square in downtown Jasper. The ceremony honored all veterans in the county who passed away this past year. Herb Pfaff Jr. of Huntingburg was honored during this year's ceremony. Pfaff Jr. passed away back in May of 1991. He originally joined the Army on Halloween of 1950 at the age of 22. Other notable ceremonies from this past weekend included services at the Ferdinand American Legion Post number 124 on Sunday and services at the VFW Post number 2366 in Huntingburg yesterday. Finally this evening, police say a gunshot wounded a woman inside a Central Indiana Walmart store after a man's handgun fell from his pants and fired. Columbus Police Lieutenant Matt Myers says the 26-year-old woman was treated for an upper arm wound by medics at the store but declined to go to the hospital. Myers says City Police Chief John Rode was inside the Walmart store Saturday evening when he heard the gunshot and called for assistance. Myers says a 56-year-old man told officers that his handgun was in a holster when it fell off of his waistband. One bullet hit the woman who was pushing a shopping cart with her newborn son inside. Myers says officers confirmed the man had a handgun permit, thus he was not arrested. All right, coming up after the break, Carrie is back with our friends at the Du Bois County Humane Society, plus your local forecast, sports with Kurt Guxell, and Inform with Jessica Lindauer. That's all up next here on the 18 WJTS News. Local people watching local people.